Hello, folks, and welcome back. Garrett Larson here, Dead Body on the forum, Slack, and everywhere else. Just getting ready for the second match or second game of Greg Shaw versus Ryan Jellison. If you were on earlier, you saw Ryan Jellison win by 16 with his Throne Remains versus Greg's
Shadow Collective.
Shadow Collective. Yep. And they're both said, "Hey, let's play another game." So we're gonna play another game.
Mm-hmm.
So we're finishing it up, and then we'll know two of the top four right now because we did just see Chris Goglin make the top four by advancing over Brad Kipple. Now we'll see either Ryan Jellison or Greg Shaw match that feat and take the top four. I mean, Ryan, I think, is in a much better position than Chris was going into game two.
Being up 16 versus being up 5 would do
Yeah,
that.
16 is a lot harder than 5, and it's definitely going to put. Um,
And looking at the bracket, this would actually be Chris will find out who his opponent's going to be.
oh, nice.
Yep.
So yeah, this is going to be this should be a interesting game. I think Greg's going to have to play it aggressively just to try and get that.
Well, I mean, it's going to
Get
be
that
really
16.
interesting. It's going to be really interesting if Greg decided to, roll it back with his hidden base B wings, and Jellison was like, "Yeah, I'm just going to stick with the IE. I got this."
Yeah, I mean that could very well be the case. That hidden base B wings could be obnoxious. So, and if Greg decided that's what he's just going to stick with and go, like, all right, we'll wait to see here when the game pops up. Excuse me, not rolling yet. I know they said they were going to take 5, and we went and grabbed some water. I mean, it feels like now's a good time while we're waiting for everybody to get set up and start, even though, for some folks who are watching this on YouTube later, it's going to be a weird, what do they mean? They continue talking. Like, game hasn't started yet, but
Hmm.
game's going to start soon. Until then, why don't you give us a little more about what's going on in Ohio in August, what is it, 22nd, 23rd?
Yeah, I have to check the calendar just to make sure those dates are correct. Yes. It is August 22nd, 23rd, 24th. We are doing a few things to try and incentivize having people play all 3 days, and we are coming up with a special prize pool for players who have the most wins over the 3 day event. So we're working to finalize the schedule, trying to figure out if there's some people that would like to see a retro format. And we got half of my prediction right in that it is IE.
I mean,
But
I've heard a certain gentleman who does enjoy the retro formats
hmm
might be coming along with 3 of his children who are hell bent on trying to make me break my I don't lose to children or I don't lose to anyone that's not a teenager
hmm
streak in Star Wars that's been live for 30 years at this point. Mr. Johnny Chu is potentially coming to Ohio. He and I have chatted a little bit. I think you and he have chatted a little bit.
Yeah. So trying to find a format that would kind of hit the itch for everyone who's coming is where we're at. But I think I'm like 90% sure we've landed on the schedule and the format. So, but for the prize pool that we put in together, uh, I've been trying to find some places here in Columbus to like highlight some of the really cool things here. And there's a couple of distilleries here, and they came up with a bourbon that they created. The name of the distillery is called Echo Distillery. So they have a bourbon called Echo Base Distiller or Echo Base Bourbon, and they donated a bottle for the tournament. So I thought I'll put that into the prize pool to see
And
for everyone.
I have heard that some Star Wars players, some of our group, do generally enjoy bourbon.
Right, I do hear that, and I know some of our Star Wars group loves beer. Um, so
S-
there is a beer here in Columbus from Columbus Brewing Company called Bodhi. So very nice Star Wars theme. So that will also be in the prize pool for the weekend. So
So these
um,
guys are still in activate phase, and they've each done
yeah,
about 27 things. We saw blast points to grab Gick. We
yeah.
saw and I don't need their scum to grab Hujixon out of nowhere. We saw
Hmm.
Alert My Star Destroyer grabbed with fanfare. Han, Optimistic General, grabbed with the leadership.
Yeah.
And Chief Chirpus Hut grabbed with My Sister Has It. So
Hmm.
the Optimistic Han is an interesting play because you can use My Sister Habit Has It to get through the command, but both ships are still fully immune.
Hmm. And it's just going to be a power difference.
And Darkseid's outpower.
Hmm.
So Flamin' Monkey, I've been to Columbus a few times. The people are amazing, and the people are amazing. Oh, David, awesome. So like
Yeah.
I love Carl, I love Travis, I love Kendall, I love B Fred who's gonna be there. I love Dan. I love everybody. I love all the players.
Brad
But
Eyre's going to be there. We've got
like I got my hotel room and I was trying to figure out because they were charging more for a view of Columbus, and I really thought that should have actually made the room cheaper. But
ouch, ouch.
the Hyatt's
Um,
gorgeous. They're
yeah.
it's gonna be it is gonna be such a blast. Like I know my car, we're driving up Thursday, so we'll be driving all day Thursday. Get there Thursday evening sometime, and I'll
Hmm.
probably at that point just sort of collapse. But
Yep.
Friday morning, get up and I may
I
have to make a trip to Fox in the Snow and get some
Yeah, and
do some stuff Friday morning and
uh,
just
from the
hang out.
game wise, yeah, from the game wise perspective, Ozil went up, made Alert My Star Destroyer. The normal
I'm still
play.
hoping to make Columbus work for me. It would be my first
Greg
live
played
event should
Chief
I be
Trooper's
able to
Hut
make it
from
smiley
hand.
face.
He pulled the corridor. I imagine he's going to draw. And he plays Luke to the
Jawa
Jawa
camp.
camp. Yeah.
I mean, ZBEM, it'd be awesome. Like the Carl is probably the best person you could hear from as a representative of some of us have known each other for years and
Mm.
years. Like Beefred and I have known each other for 20 years, easy. But Carl started this game post COVID. Like I think your
3 years
first live
ago.
event was in Nebraska that you and I both drove a stupid amount of distance for. As much
Yep.
as I mock Columbus, Nebraska is less scenic than Columbus. Like and it's not close.
No,
Columbus
it
is a
was
Columbus is a fun town, honestly. Like I joke about it because it's Ohio, but Columbus is a very nice town, very cool place to be. But like you've been around for 3 years and you've been welcomed into everything. Like,
Yeah,
and that's
it's
exactly
a
where we are.
yeah, it's a testament to the community and just how open and inviting and talking games, and you just have to take it from the approach of I just want to get better, and watching games, talking to people, definitely is a way to do this. So, um, Ryan played Cold Feet to grab resistance. He pulled Battle Order.
Yep. He missed with arrest order,
He played a
which
Desert Heart.
probably doesn't matter too much. Threw down the Desert
Mm-mm.
Heart with his objective, rite of passage to go get Decree Virtual. You know, at this point in our lives, for all of us who are playing this game, we're all old enough to be past a lot of the petty stuff that, you know, maybe we didn't, you know, always handle correctly when we were younger. And we all have something in common, which is we like this game, which means we probably have other things in common. Probably all like Star Wars. We probably all like games in general. And, like, we're just going to have fun together. Like, and that's going to be our goal.
Yeah, and another point of games, the master of games himself, Chris Worfs, is coming to Columbus. He's flying in, and I'm hosting him and B Fred for a week. I have asked my wife if she's really okay with having B Fred here for a week, and she said absolutely.
Has your wife met B Fred?
Yeah, you didn't hear about the weekend that his car broke down and he was here for an entire weekend?
I did not. And on the one hand, now I desperately want to hear that story, but I don't think now is the right time for the story as
It's really not, but
action is starting to get good. But wow, I mean, B Fred, I love B Fred. B Fred
we
can
do
be a
too.
lot.
He's
But to
not.
be
We love
fair,
him.
I can be a lot. Like, you know, I say that about B Fred from a place of love and entire knowledge of I am the proverbial pot calling the kettle black there.
B Fred's always welcome here.
B Fred is always
So
welcome everywhere. And we see a couple of speeder bikes. Ryan's just saying, look, you might be able to come and battle me, but what are you going to do if I start reacting speeders and
yeah,
doing
and if you
nasty
go to
things?
yeah, if you go to the Desert Heart, it's a trap.
Yeah. And
There's
I will
Han.
say I did just play against Ryan in the OCS earlier today with a Throne Remains deck against
Hmm.
his entanglements, and I got thoroughly wrecked.
Yeah, I've talked to some people that are
Like,
big IE fans. They love it when Luke and his saber come down to one of their sites because they just, I don't know, like with the speeder bikes, and
you just
there's
ignore
different
them
builds.
until you can walk over with like three ATSTs and
Yep,
say get stuck.
yep.
Like in our game, we battled over Tatooine for a while with his Devastator with about 20 guys, and my home
Hmm.
won. And eventually he ground me out of space, and then I was like, all right, it's all over but the crying.
Yeah.
So we see Shaw played Han Optimus General, peeked at two cards. He took Unita and left Young Skywalker. So leaving Young Skywalker means he's drawing a 6, because Han does draw if
Hmm.
unable to otherwise.
Yep.
And so even if Ryan reacts over, he loses both his guys. So, like, does
Well,
Ryan
he
even
could lose a
bother?
guy in one speeder
Or I
bike.
guess a guy in a speeder, yeah. But
Yeah.
does he even bother? Like, if you're going to lose a guy in a speeder bike anyways, you just leave the guy in front of Obi there. All right, so
Yeah, no, I mean,
instead he battles in front of Obi, so now, okay, so he's going to lose a
I mean,
guy in a
this is
speeder bike.
yeah. I mean, this is where you react to. Oh,
Oh,
that's spicy. Can he get there?
he can get there. He's just not going to be able to leave.
That's okay. So it's the Hotel
So,
California. Got it.
and he knows Ryan got a gig.
Wow.
Like,
I threw out an old man rock reference and you didn't even bite.
uh, yeah, I missed that one.
You can't ever leave the Hotel California.
Oh, yeah, Old Man Rock, not really my thing.
I know. I was saying it to be funny.
That's a I had a couple coworkers joke about we should do
There's an
um
accelerate to add one.
a karaoke, and they're like, Garrett can sing yacht rock, and we had to have a whole discussion about I have no idea what that is and likely don't know any of the songs.
Yeah.
So
Um, so I'm curious, do you grab accelerate? I mean, what is your grab in this matchup?
I mean, accelerate is a six
Doesn't
that's
really
going to
do,
be
it's
obnoxious, but
cute.
it doesn't
Yeah.
do a lot. High speed tactics is probably the grab
That's
because that adds a battle destiny.
Yep, that was the card I was thinking of and couldn't get
And
there.
there's a five, which like okay, you're going to cost him Mysic,
Yep. And the
and
3 means he's immune.
he was probably going to be yeah. Like you're honestly, if I'm Ryan, I'm perfectly happy with those two stuck there.
Yeah, because they can't ever leave. And so what
Like
do you
the
have
only
left?
way
You've
they're
got
leaving is via Nabra.
mm-hmm.
And that's actually why Greg says, okay, fine, I'll lose Luke. And oh, the speeder bike forfeits for a bunch somehow. What is it?
Oh, our attack makes it +1 and then the accelerate.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
I knew air attack added 1, but the accelerate
Ooh,
was the other one.
so that could be rough. Although Misk is only ability 1 and doesn't draw on his own. So you're going to have to do something with it. And we saw Greg chose to lose Luke and the Saber and put the Saber on top. So I think he's hoping to.
Well, he has Unita in his hand.
Yeah, but he's going to have to at least consider walkling it back if Ryan's got some cards in hand to jump on Obi.
Mm-hmm. Or Han.
Yeah, like either one of them. And Ryan's got some cards in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So as we see, probably Arnett. Oh, Barrich on Tempest.
Sure.
Oh, that's
This could be bad.
this is gonna get.
There's the trample.
I'm so happy, so unimaginably happy. Trample is my favorite card of all time. Ugh.
Miss?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I love the attempt though. Like if you're gonna do it, take the shot. And that's awesome. Trample makes me so happy. I think you've got got to put another pilot. So now he's got Jellison on there as well. Aerotech doesn't give them any immunity, does it? No.
No.
So he's got no
But
immunity, but he's gonna
he's going to
Barrich
reduce. He's going to reduce.
to
So
reduce. So I think this is a fine play. You take a shot that a 4. You've got a lot of things that he can turn that 4 into a 0
mm-hmm.
with Barrich. So like that.
Like that.
So
Oh,
he
the other
has
thing is,
-1 attrition.
yeah, with Imperial Decree V on the table, he can always pitch that to make one of the
Yeah,
speeder bikes draw. So, like,
he can always draw one with that decree.
yeah.
So the Han dying means, well, the Saber's not buried because Greg can go Unita to take back,
Mm-hmm.
or he can walk lean back Han and then Unita still. So like he can get the Saber. Plays I don't need their scum either to get scanning text probably because he already grabbed the Hujix and he's got the Unita.
Yeah.
So that's fine. It stops the bonus from the forfeit boost to the characters. But like that Walker's now going to be kind of hard to go after.
I
Barrich
think that's the
is Barrich is
so
tough.
so yeah, and losing, I mean, you can get Han back. So if you have Tidarium in hand, you could try to take a run because Barrich in space is super annoying. Right.
Barrich anywhere is super annoying, and like, so there's Unita to get back Han. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe that's what Greg's gonna do, because he does have Ryan with no way to stop.
Yeah, there's no barrier.
There's
He's
no
got no force.
barrier. But does he? So 10, we talked about this earlier tonight. 10 would be Han, Leia, and the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, he doesn't have that, so we just get Anakin down, and then Cunning Warrior to go find Anakin's lightsaber, which is not in there. Um, I mean, I think Ryan probably drains for one here, and then he might just draw. Maybe maybe move the Walker with Barrich in front of one of those drains just to.
Yeah, because he can't deploy enough. Well, I guess if he's playing the Tatooine docking bay, he could deploy enough sites to flip. But
Yeah,
with 4 cards, that just
but
feels bad.
I mean, he'd.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the 4 cards, so you would
Mhm.
take the flip. Did he not retrieve Luke's saber? Am I missing? So
He did not.
it was not under. There's a different card there. So all right. So Entanglements goes and gets Mos Eisley. I don't think he has the Tatooine docking bay,
Yeah.
so I don't think he's going for the flip. There's eye roll. All right. Maybe he's got enough pilots to. There's Tempest Scout 2 with eye roll. All these biker scouts piloting walkers sort of offends my sensibilities. Like, I'll be honest, that's not, no, they belong on biker scouts. They have not
Hey,
had the training in how to pilot an AT-AT, and
I
I
mean,
don't approve of this at all. So I
if an
rolls with.
Ewok and Chewie could do it, anyone can.
So I roll and Misk don't draw on their own, but you could run Misk over and then decree to get one against Obi.
Mm-hmm.
We could also certainly see I can't shake him to throw a pilot up on Tatooine and give him some forfeit fodder up there.
I doubt in a 5-card hand that does he playing I Can't Shake Him?
I believe I think I saw at least one. So there's Han, Optimistic General, going down
He
again.
is not going to He's not going to the system.
Peaks every time, huh? Oh, when deployed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, he's not going to the system. He just says, all right, Han forfeits for 6. Like, Anakin's got a lightsaber. I'll probably make him lose a guy here, but like, if you start that battle, do you react over with Misk? And I mean, you accept you're going to lose Misk, but you're going to add 5 to your power with Misk getting
So
the.
here's a choice. Do you take Hera or Lando?
I think you take Hera. You'd rather have the 5 than the 3. The 5 is much more likely to get through Barrage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you take Hera because now you're drawing 2 and probably getting 1 through Barrage somehow.
Could be drawing 3 if he has a leadership.
Yeah. That's very possible.
And retrieving 1.
Yeah, he'll pay with secret plans. Like, Greg's got a. Ryan saving 3 confuses me a little bit. I'm wondering what he's planning to do with that 3, because that definitely.
Reacting trooper.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what his plan is reacting with the. Although that reacting trooper is.
Or isn't there a walker that reacts for 3?
The Walker reacts for 1, I think. Tempest got 6
Okay.
reacts for 1.
Yeah.
So it's normally 3 it reacts down for 1, and maybe that's... Or he's going to
One of
react
those.
over with both Iroll and Misk.
One of those random Endor cards I still don't have.
Yeah. Or maybe not
Yep.
Misk. Nope, he's just reacting over with Iroll and says, okay, well, you can't shoot anybody. He does have scanner text, so the arrest order bonus goes away. You really don't have... Oh, he is reacting over with Misk as well. You really don't have... There's an Endor card you don't have? Send me what it is. Just... You know how to get a hold of me. If there's a card you don't have, you'll have it.
Thank
Or is
you.
it
I'll
just a
let you
card
know.
you've never read?
Both.
So there's Misk, who's going to add 5 to the total power. Like, Ryan's going to win this battle. And between Misk adding 5 and then Barrich getting the subtract, like, Ryan will have to lose somebody, and Greg doesn't even bother swinging. He's like, I'm not going to shoot at Misk. I'm just going to take the 6 and the 4 for Battle Destiny, because hopefully I make you lose. I mean, depending on what he draws, that might just be Misk. There's the Barrich as a 2 for Battle Destiny, and High Speed Tactics for the 5. That 5 was big, because that's now Anakin or 2 guys.
And it'll probably be Anakin.
And the subtract 3 means 7 is still more. 7 probably at that point is Iroll and the Tempest, because that's your cleanest 7. Because Misk is 3 and the speeder bike's 3. So I think you've got to go. All right. Yep, he might have misdid that math. He lost Barrich, but that tells me he's got a speeder bike or another walker to go get Barrich. And Greg just...
Or he could have no escape.
Yeah, also possible, but more he did just draw a Barrich, so we know he's got one in there. I'll be honest with you, yeah, if he's got another trample that he just held out, well, he would have played it last turn. Like, if he's got another trample, I'm going to be so happy. So there's the enforcement. That's a pretty reasonable card to be putting down. Here's a speeder bike. That'll probably get Barrich. And this is... And yeah, he's got Jellison, so he's still battling. Oh, he gets Elsk instead, who just covers everything.
Yep.
And Krennic, who says you can't cancel my Battle Destinies, which is fine. I think he's more just power and forfeit for the next battle, because Greg does have 12 cards in hand.
He's also good WAP protection overall.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like WAP is not something
top 8 players are playing.
Well, not... He's not playing WAP right now. Like, I'm fine with... Krennic as a card is a perfectly reasonable add-in, and yeah, he's great for WAP. There's reasons here. As far as putting him down here, it's just he's a jag. He's a guy. So there's a 2 for Battle Destiny, Arnett, which Ryan's going to take into hand. That enforcement is going to do work. Like, that is going to put...
It's going to replenish his hand. I'm curious, though.
3 and 3 means he potentially only kills 1 guy.
Oof.
Oh, well, he can Hera that. He's gotta.
Yeah.
Like,
I forgot it was Hera.
That was... Okay, that's a little better. There's a 6. I mean, he's still just gonna lose Elsk. Like, 12, but it means he probably only chooses to lose... I mean, I think at that point you lose Han.
Well, he just took the Tidarium in hand.
Yeah. but you can't deploy the Tidarium without Han. Like
Right.
there's nowhere to deploy it to shuttle Han up.
And you've already lost Unita.
Yeah.
So are you telegraphing that you're going to come down, fight with Luke, retrieve Han? I mean, you could always use
I think he
Obi's
is.
exchange. You could also use the Obi exchange.
Yeah, I think he's gotta do that, but like Ryan's now gonna draw a bunch of cards.
Mm-hmm.
And we see him spread out a little bit and just say, well, decide what you think you're gonna do. And he'll pick some up. And yeah, that enforcement is gonna start putting in work quickly.
Yep.
And
We were wrong. We thought this would be a quick game.
yeah, and there's the accelerate V just to add one power and forfeit. I think he might have a second. Well, bikes power and forfeit +1. Yeah, he doesn't. He's got an empty speeder bike sitting there, so he might have just been hey, let's throw the 6 back while we've got it.
Yep.
If he drew into 2, he might play the second one right now just because. Here's a Jedi's Focus. I wouldn't hate seeing that get grabbed. Like, there's a lot of things that I wouldn't hate seeing get grabbed because Luke Saga plays a lot of obnoxious things, but that's
specific to IE. I think that would be one.
Yeah, I think I'd be happy to grab that if I'm Ryan.
The exclusion text doesn't work with anyone on a speeder bike, though, right?
It doesn't work on a speeder bike, or it would work on a speeder bike. It doesn't work on the walker, I think. Yeah, that's
okay.
If Luke present with opponent's character, yeah. So it won't work on the walker. It would work if they were on a bike.
Okay.
But I think if you're Ryan and your opponent says, "Hey, I'm going to take Luke out of this battle and get rid of one of your guys," you're okay with that. Like,
no, I don't think it's a good play. I was just trying to think how that worked.
And there's Ben Solo coming to hang out with Hera
Adamame.
and Panda Bear coming to hang out as well to get the +2 attrition draw.
Because Ben be a Skywalker.
Ben is a Skywalker. That is her grandchild. Like that's I mean, she never met him because she had already died of a broken heart, but that's still. And the saber on Ben feels like a why not.
I mean, because you can.
Yeah, and here we'll see the Tempest react over, so Dresselin's going to add a Battle Destiny as well. Greg gets a card with Scanner Text, pays 1 to retrieve his Jedi's Focus, which is, again, why I would have been okay with grabbing that, but at the same time, that does keep him from retrieving Han, where if he'd have grabbed it, he'd have gotten Han back. Oh, come on, Trample! Make me happy.
There's the P
perimeter
scan.
Greg, I hope when you watch this later, Greg, understand that I am now rooting so hard for Ryan.
I'm so proud of you, Greg.
So Battle Destiny is a 5 and a 5. So,
by the way, I'm not cheering against Ryan by my comment. I was just being funny.
I mean, we're going to lose Krennic, and we see a 5 coming back, which is solid.
You're going to lose Krennic
and a 4. So, like, you're going to lose probably. I mean, you're losing 14. Krennic is 5. The speeder bike is 3 or 4.
It's only 3 with scanner text. There's no bonus.
Forfeit. It's all I couldn't remember if it was character forfeit values or not. All right,
it's all forfeit.
Yeah, so you're going to lose a chunk of guys here. And, like, honestly, that might be the site that Ryan just has to give up. Like, okay, fine, you have scanner techs. You can drain for 2 there. I'm just going to stop fighting it, but like now he's leaving Ben alone. Yeah, the speeder bike, he loses eye roll and speeder. So now he's got, who is that guy? Okay, so he's got Jellison, so he needed eye roll to get the bonus battle destinies. I mean, we thought this might be quick, but Greg is making this a slog of
No,
a game right now, which
he's
is
making the plays he needs to.
yeah, exactly what he needs to do. Don't that's certainly not a dig at all. And there's TD, whatever the heck his number is, on a do back from outside the game. And our net on Tempest got 1, so now it's got immunity, and he adds to the total battle destiny or attrition. And we see Oberk on speeder bike. What does Oberk do? When deployed, may deploy a battleground or a speeder bike from use pile. All right, so
He's the one of the blaster one, isn't he?
Yeah, he does scout blaster things, which there's no way he has scout blasters.
Only David Woods dreams about scout blasters.
So there is no speeder bike in use pile, and Greg gets a verify to see that. Yeah, you might be getting rid of that Hujix here. But at the same time, then I think after you go through all that, you move everyone over to the Desert Heart. Like, okay, so Oberk, TD4455, it's clashed out. But the dewback is still there.
He just got pushed off the dewback.
And I think it might be he protected guys aboard, characters aboard dewbacks. So yeah, Oberk is getting chopped up. Good and chopped up, 7 and 6. All right.
Is this going to be relevant? Because no, Greg still can't activate now too. Never mind.
And the sorry about the mess to make Oberk lost. All right, so you still have the dewback plus the speeder bike in forfeit, which is still, what do you get? 3-7. So you're going to be able to keep Arnett. And 5 for total battle destiny.
It protects Greg's Hujix,
6
though.
for attrition. Yeah, it keeps the Hujix live, and there's the battle destiny of 5. So yeah, you'll lose the speeder bike, and you'll lose the dewback. Or do you lose? I don't know if you lose. Okay, he's instead losing
Jellison.
Because Arnett draws if unable to otherwise on there. And he shuttles Tempest Scout 1 up just to give him a turn.
Yeah, because the dewback can't be battled, and the character's still clashed until the end of this turn. So,
which is a solid. That plays totally fine, and now he can draw a few and try and refill his hand and force Greg to make a play. Like, because that's where this is at. Is kind of Greg's got to do something, and Ryan just draws everything. So right now, Greg's up by 13, 12 cards. We got 24 to 34, or 10 cards. So, but Ryan's cold feeding, which is more, I think, also to give him a 5 to utilize next turn. And Greg's slowly running out of guys, and he can't get one back this turn. You know, and that's, I think, what Ryan has to do is start figuring out ways to be the initiator of battles. There went a high-speed tactics from hand and accelerate. I think he was intending on that high-speed tactics in that battle at the Jawa camp. And couldn't get it because of the sorry.
Which is a real heads-up play by Greg.
Yeah.
Because again, it protects his Hujix, so now he can come down with Yoda.
So Yoda's cute. And Greg's just going to draw some. Like, I think Ryan's.
But it causes Ryan to have to commit more resources to the table. It blocks a drain of 2.
Yeah. Well, there was no drain because, oh, yeah, I guess he can't
Mm-hmm.
battle or he could still have drained. So, yeah, it's.
Well, Clash makes him live now because it should end.
Yeah. Clash
Yeah.
ends now, but even before he would have been able to
Mm-hmm.
drain because
He
Clash
could have
doesn't
drained.
make him inactive. It just takes him off of the.
Can't
So,
battle.
yeah, he can't battle or move.
Hmm.
So we see the attempt to verify. Here's Tarkin. Might of the Republic from Greg to go get probably Leia.
Definitely not.
Princess Leia V. All
Yeah.
right. Are we gonna see him? And Baron Fell.
He's a dude. He was a leader.
And a Biker Scout Trooper. So I'm assuming what we'll see is, all right, so we're going to try and outpower Yoda.
And 2 destinies.
And then we're going to shuttle Baron
Shuttle.
Fell up.
Yep.
And
put the
probably
Tempest Scout
shuttle Arnett on the Tempest Scout 1 down.
to the landing site.
Or to Jawa Camp, like,
Oh, yeah.
load your site and say, look, if you want to pay to drain for 2 while I drain for 1. Or I think Jawa Camp is also a drain of 2.
It's a drain 2.
Yeah, like if you just say, okay, we'll take this.
Mm-hmm.
And that 4 for Battle Destiny is probably just the dewback, I think. Like,
No, it'll be the TD whatever, right? Is he 4?
does he forfeit for 4?
No, he's 3. He's 3.
As I say, I was thinking both the Biker Scouts were 3.
Yeah, so it is just the dewback.
So there's Yoda and the Hujix. And Ryan did not have the random interrupt that cancels the dewback. So did he forget to put our net down? Whoops. Yeah, he forgot to.
He forgot
put
to
our net
embark
on
Yeah.
first, which is. And Greg graciously allows the revert because, yeah, you're not.
I mean, in real life, that
We
would
know
never.
what the intent is there.
Yeah.
You know, it's again the. And I think you move Baron Fell up. Oh,
100%.
just in case. Like if he's thinking the. Nope, he's puts Tarkin and Baron Fell on. So Baron Fell
He's a
only
leader,
adds when piloting a starship, though.
but I think he's a leader, so we'll activate with Tarkin.
Yeah, I guess you're counting on. Even if Greg comes into space with everything he's got,
I just shuttle up a turn later.
yeah, you're not getting that out powered, and then you shuttle up and say, okay, let's go. Greg is starting to put Ryan in a little bit of a danger zone, though. Like Greg's got a lot of cards left, and if he just starts going, all right, I'm going to drain for 2, and maybe throw Luke and a saber down at one of those other sites and start draining more. And we see Obi-Wan is in a pitch 2 to grab one with Obi-Wan. I think he's going for that space battle.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to depend on if Ryan's got a barrier. What did he grab? He lost the lower corridor and Luke Jedi Knight to grab Optimistic Han.
Verified his reserve deck. He knows there's got to be some gas in the reserve deck.
There's the Tidarium.
Mm-hmm. Which he can retrieve the 6.
And no barrier. There's Optimistic Han. Still no barrier is not what. He can grab My Sister Has It or See Your Round Kid. Yep, he takes My Sister Has
Sister
It.
has it.
So now he's got a 5 up there. There's Princess Leia, so he's drawing 3 Battle Destinies up there. He might, I mean, probably comes close in power. Like, I think this might be where Ryan has to figure out how to get Barrich up there. You know,
And
Barrich
Baron fell.
Baron fell, and
There's the command.
to command to add one.
Mm-hmm. Which is the correct play.
Yeah, which is the smart play. So now you're like, okay, I don't think I'm going to get overflowed.
Right, and I think this may cost him Leia.
And my sister has it to prevent. We see the same thing we saw in the earlier game with Chris. My sister has it to prevent the number of draws being limited, but we weren't limiting the number of draws. So we see 5, 4 is 9. That puts him to 14, 19 in total power.
Yeah, I mean, there is a chance. The Destiny in this deck isn't like super good. So 4, so 17.
I mean, he's at the worst, he's tying.
Yeah.
And
there's 6. Yep, there's Leia.
Yeah, I think he's got to pitch Leia. Like, okay, you're both fully immune, but...
I mean, can you really pitch 4? Like, that's just...
I don't think you can pitch 4.
Mm-mm.
And
he is.
He is. I'm... All right.
Because it was 16.
So, like...
It was game 1 was 16.
Game 1 was 16, yeah.
Yeah, so he's taking Chernu.
Like, at this point, I mean... Do you just say, okay, I'm going to end... He takes Moff Gideon as well. Like, you say, okay, I'm going to drain for 1, then I'm going to shuttle...
Drain 2.
Or drain for 2, then I'm going to shuttle... Fell and Tarkin up to the Devastator and say, we're both drawing 3, and now I'm up a bunch of power?
I mean, when you know you're going 6-4 with your 2 Destinies.
Yeah, like, I think that's the play right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even bother with trying to figure out Barrich and make that stuff happen. You just go, okay.
I mean,
Arnett and a dude on Tempest Scout 1, and
even if he just plays Chernu on there and draws the 6, I mean, he's going to be at 19.
Yeah. Like, if he puts Chernu and draws the 6, he's going to be at 22.
Oh, that's right, because he'll add 3.
Add 3 as well.
3, yep.
So here we see the retrieve the fly casual.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know that I'd hate landing the Tidarium at the Desert Heart. Okay.
Not where I would have thought.
I do hate landing it there. Now, the upside is Chernu doesn't do anything in space.
Come on, Schwartz. Missed again.
Well, you missed either way, but I don't understand going for Leia instead. He must have thought he had a 5 there. Like, I don't understand going for Leia instead of Han. Leia's one more forfeit, I guess, but, like, Han's an easier hit.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, Ryan just said that was not the Destiny he was expecting, so he thought he had something else there. I mean, Tidarium forfeits for what, 4? So you can just battle into him, draw your 10, and
you're clearing.
Well, you're not clearing. You cost him a dude and the ship, but it's more.
Assuming, I mean, you're down 13 in power right now.
Yeah, you're putting so much more power there. Like, there's Chernu on the ground. Like, what's he doing?
Just like in the movies.
He is being just a guy.
Yeah.
So here's a whole bunch of power and 2 Battle Destinies, which we know are going to be 6-4.
Yep.
And
so
Greg's, okay, he'll leadership to add 1. And that Ryan grabs. So, like, okay, you can...
And he's not going to... Greg's not going to get down to the 6 he retrieved the fly casual. Because I
Yeah,
think he had 3 left in the reserve deck.
like it's fine. Even if he gets to the 6, you're like, okay, well, I can lose Gideon.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about space, so you could
No.
lose Gideon and Fell and cover 11 right there, which he might need to because there's a 4, 7,
6,
5,
5.
so he's gonna have to
Okay.
cover 16. So I mean, you could do, yeah, Gideon was an easy one.
You lose Han.
Yeah, I think you have to lose Han and the Tidarium. You're certainly
Yeah.
losing Tidarium, and then I think you got to lose Han. And there's Chirnu, and I think you lose the 2 biker scouts. Yeah, I think those are
Yeah,
the
and
only
if
guys. Oh, all right. I would have kept Arnett, but I love Arnett. Arnett also prevents things like dodge,
mm-hmm.
which I'm a huge Arnett fan. As someone who played in the era of here's Arconas running around places,
Mm-hmm.
Arnett just says, no, no, you do not.
So losing Leia, I wonder if he has a second one in hand.
Very possible. And we see the Drina 2. Like he's trying, he's just grinding. Greg is playing this as match play as he can. He is grinding every bit of differential he can out of here and trying to figure out how to win by 17. Because it was a 20 card difference on Lost Piles, so there's no
Mm-hmm.
way he catches up there.
So if you have, yep, so here's the Leia, and if you have a Luke, you can put both of them down. Retrieve, yep.
Can you battle for free?
You battle for free, but I'm saying if he hasn't retrieved a Jedi's Focus yet, he can retrieve that.
It cost him 1 with Secret Plans, so then he wouldn't get to retrieve with the Force is Strong in my family. So
Oh,
he's got a.
so you could battle for free, do the retrieve, activate 1, and then retrieve again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's a way to do that if he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, I guess he can try and get everything back.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, he's playing everything he can. All right, so he speaks out the Jedi Council chamber because he didn't want to draw the 0,
He can't, yeah, because
which
Hera's
I
not on the
get,
table.
but it does sort of feel bad to give up that force.
Mm-hmm.
And scanner text to grab a card, retrieve 1 with the Force is Strong in my family, pay 1 to retrieve 1, and then yeah, I think you're right. He activates 1 with a Cunning Warrior, and then can retrieve the Jedi's Focus.
Yep.
Ryan's only got 1 card in hand. Like this is.
And it's still 4-6 on top, right?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he hasn't done anything else, so that's still going to cost him 2 guys in response. So if Ryan's got a way to
Mm-hmm.
survive any of this, so Greg gets it down. He's got 20 cards down. There's the 7, which is good, which is actually an 8. And the 2 is 10. So that'll be Tarkin and Fell. Oh, it's the 4 and then I think Tarkin? Oh no, 4 and 4. Okay. That's bad. You needed to make him lose 2 guys there. This is with those tramples being the last things drawn, so he can't activate and then draw into the trample, which would be what he'd want to do, I think, is activate and then draw and trample Han.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what his play is here. All right, so he shuttles Ozzel down. He says, I've seen the Tidarium. It's dead. I've seen Han. I don't think you're doing anything in space.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets them both onto the walker, I'm assuming. Well, yeah, you got to put on, I think you put TD on as a passenger and then you move him to Obi's site. Or he just moves TD. All right.
I mean, if Greg has another Luke in hand, this could be 2 retrieval turn.
Yeah, like, because, yeah, you battle Scout 1 first.
Mm-hmm.
And then you battle. And Coward isn't going to matter because he's got 2 battlegrounds. Like, I mean, Ryan's just cycling the 5. Like, this, Ryan just drew everything. Although I think
Mm-hmm.
Tempest 1 reacts for free. Yeah, Tempest 1 reacts for free. And
He'll burn the decree. He'll burn the decree on TD, whatever.
well, I mean, if he battles TD first, you just react over with Ozzel.
No. I'm saying you battle You battle with Han and Leia first.
Yeah, you
He
battle
must have
with
been
Han.
digging for the. He must have been digging for the trample.
Yeah, and I think he must admit he didn't realize that the trample was one of those top 2 cards. Was the trample in the command?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure what he's doing here. And there
I
is
don't
another
love
Luke, so he's gonna
Luke.
just go straight at Ozzel and force out the Gick, I guess, and say okay, like.
Well, I guess that the reason to play him there is that way he's not stuck at the desert heart like Obi is. I guess that would
Yeah,
be the
but
reason.
like at this point, you're fine with him being stuck at the desert heart, draining for
Mm-hmm.
2. I don't think Ryan's got a
Mm-hmm.
way to slow that down.
Not with
And
5
there's the
force.
Walkling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Greg played this on hard mode, having to come back from a loss by 16, but it looks like he's gonna get there because I can't see anything that.
This should be the 7, right? No, it's the
No.
Jedi Focus Retrieve. Okay.
So I mean, I guess he could have decreed there just to.
He's going to decree over at the Desert Heart.
Well, Craig's not battling at the Desert Heart. He's got no cards in reserve.
Oh, yeah. I just realized that.
Like, that'd be a terrible, like.
You just moved Leia over. Okay.
Yeah, he moves Leia over just so he can cover the battle, and Greg draws a few, but he keeps himself above. He's got 17 down, which is the number he needs to.
He can put 1 back, too.
Yeah, yep, and he gets 1 more back with, like my father. So Ryan needs to make him lose 7, 8, 9 cards somehow.
I wonder if Ryan's just going to draw up. I mean, you just
could
concede at that point.
Too. Like,
yeah.
There's Barrich. He might be saying, I don't think you have a way to.
I'm just going to spread.
And steal.
Because who could.
I mean.
Who could he have left? Corrin, Lando.
Yeah, he has bodies left. I think Ryan is going with the last ditch effort and hoping if he decrees to draw with TD, he can cover enough because TD will forfeit for 5. Like, he's 7 power and forfeit plus battle destiny to 9 plus Battle Destiny, and yeah, I don't think he's going to get there. There's the force push for Shaw to get Jedi's Focus. That's going to be a body, and that's all it takes. And Shaw puts one down. So there's the drain of 2. See the Accelerate from hand and Imperial Command from hand, which, okay. Yep, there's Screaming Lando. And I don't think Ryan's got any way to keep this from just being game. There's the battle. Ryan will retrieve 1, or excuse me, Greg will retrieve 1. Here's the decree to add a destiny or draw 1 if unable to otherwise. You're down 6. Oh, that's a poor destiny, so you might cover. But then Barrich is going to die a horrible death. Yep, so Leia dies, TD dies, and Barrich gets overflowed by Destiny -2. I guess Destiny -3, so he'll lose Barrich in a couple.
Is Greg not battling?
No, he did. He loses Barrich in 3.
Okay. My internet is dying.
And Ryan's going to get a drain of 1 in, and that's it. And Greg's got 24 cards. Like, I don't, like, Greg could have actually pitched 2 from his hand there to send Lando to used. Just because. Like, there's the drain of 1. Greg loses a clash from hand because he doesn't need it. I will say, and it looks like Ryan's going to drop, I think Ryan choosing to battle over the Jawa camp was a huge mistake. Once Scanner Text went down, you just give that site up and go to the Desert Heart.
Yeah, I think if he would have went wider, it could have definitely played better into his hand. But
yeah, like I think I would have gone. You don't necessarily want to go wider. I think he was going as wide as he could. I think you just leave the Jawa camp alone and just accept that you're going to get drained there because you need that bonus forfeit. Like, he lost an extra guy every battle that he wouldn't have lost anywhere else, and that was a tough on him. So Greg Shaw, Hall of Famer, advances to the top 4, where he will be facing Hall of Famer Chris Goglin in the Who's Hall of Fame is More Hall of Famier battle.
This is a rematch of the top 4 in Morristown. And
it'll be probably sometime next week where I'm going to be up at the cabin and unable to stream. So I'm going to count on you and Dan and everybody else to cover for me while I'm getting drunk on a boat fishing. So,
well, as long as you come back,
I'm planning to. Like,
good.
You know, we'll see. We'll see, but I am planning to come back. Congratulations to Greg. Congratulations to Chris Goglin from earlier. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us for as long as you did. This has been a heck of a night of watching a whole bunch of great Star Wars games getting played.
And I have 6 more OCS games to get in. Anyone want to play them for me?
I've got some as well, so we'll have to. I got to figure out getting those in.
No collusion.
Thank you everybody. I hope to see everybody at Ohio.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everybody.